Okay, let's get into it. You've just landed at Narita or Haneda, passport stamped, bags in hand. And then you look up at the train map. Dozens of lines, colors everywhere, names you can't pronounce, and you haven't slept in 12 hours. Sound familiar? I've been there. Most Tokyo visitors have. But here's what that map doesn't tell you. Once you understand one thing, the IC card, the whole network clicks. In this video, we're covering everything you need to know about getting around Tokyo in 2026. There's a brand new tourist card that just launched, some hacks that even repeat visitors miss, and a few etiquette rules nobody thinks to tell you before your trip. Let's go. Quick question before we dive in. How many separate companies actually run Tokyo's train network? More than 9. JR East, Tokyo Metro, Toei Subway, and 6+ private operators, Tokyu, Odakyu, Seibu, Keio. Different companies, different pricing, different stations. And yet, one single IC card handles every single one of them, seamlessly. That's the magic we're unpacking today. Before we get to the card, I want to give you one number that sums up why Tokyo Transport has such an intimidating reputation. 200 exits at one station. Shinjuku is officially the world's busiest station, and it has over 200 named exits spread across multiple levels and buildings. Get out at the wrong one, and you're re-entering the system and paying a new fare. We'll cover how to avoid that. But first, let's talk about the most important thing to do the moment you land. The IC card system is beautifully simple. Tap in at any entry gate, any company, any line. Ride wherever you're going. When you arrive, tap out. The system calculates the exact fare across every operator and deducts it automatically. No buying separate tickets for each company. No calculating connections. No worrying about which company owns which platform. Tap in, ride, tap out. That's the whole system. 3 steps. So what exactly is the Tourist Pasmo? It's a prepaid IC card designed specifically for foreign visitors. And after a 3-year absence, it's back. You can pick one up at the arrival halls at Narita and Haneda airports. The machines are in English and accept foreign cards. Here's what you need to know. No deposit, no card fee. At Narita, cards come preloaded with 2,000 yen. At Haneda, you choose your starting balance, anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 yen. And one very important point, the balance cannot be refunded when the card expires. This is by design. The card is meant as a travel keepsake as well. So load what you think you'll spend and make a point of using it up before your last day. 2026 is the year the Tourist IC card finally came back. The original Pasmo passport was discontinued in 2023. A global chip shortage made it impossible to produce. For 3 years, foreign visitors had to buy a regular Pasmo or Suica like a local, or figure out other options. Now it's back, redesigned with a new name and a card design based on the Japanese character for travel. If you're visiting for the first time in a few years, things have changed, for the better. Here's the full picture of what one IC card covers in Tokyo. The obvious ones: every JR East line, all Tokyo Metro lines, all Toei Subway lines, and every major private railway. But it goes further. The Tolden Arakawa line, Tokyo's last tram, accepts IC cards. The Yuri Kamome driverless railway to Odaiba. The Tokyo monorail to Haneda. Even the Sumida River water buses. And off the rails entirely, convenience stores, most taxis, coin lockers at stations, vending machines. One card, one tap, virtually the whole city. It's one of the most underappreciated pieces of infrastructure in the world. Let me zoom in on the non-transport uses, because this is where the IC card quietly becomes your travel wallet. Every major convenience store in Tokyo accepts IC card payment at the register. So your morning coffee and onigiri, your evening snack run, even an umbrella if it starts raining, all on the card. Most Tokyo taxis now have IC card readers, so you don't need to scramble for cash at the end of a late night. And station coin lockers, the ones you need for your luggage during a day trip, the majority now accept IC cards too. No exact change needed. One card, most of what you need. Let me put that in perspective. For trains and subways, 100% of Tokyo lines accept IC cards. Buses, the Toei network runs a flat 210 yen fare on IC card, no calculation needed. For shops, coverage is high at major chains, but drops off at smaller independent places, always worth checking before you order. Taxis, most, but not all. Look for the Suica or Pasmo logo on the door before you get in. The overall picture? Load enough on your card, and you can get through most of a Tokyo day without touching cash. Here's one of those things nobody tells you before your first Tokyo trip, and I want you to know about it. Near every single ticket gate, there's a small machine called a Seisanki, fare adjustment machine. If you accidentally rode one stop too far, the Seisanki handles the extra fare automatically. If you ran out of balance mid-journey and the gate won't open, insert your card, pay the difference, you're through. No staff needed, no queue, no embarrassment. It's one of the most quietly brilliant parts of the system. Knowing it exists means you never have to panic about getting the fare exactly right every single time. Here's something specifically for people who've been to Japan before. The Tourist Pasmo is great for first-timers, but if you already have a regular Suica from a previous visit, you may not need one at all. Regular Suica cards stay valid for 10 years from the last time you used them. Your old balance is still on there. Arrive, reload at any ticket machine, and you're good to go. No airport kiosk queue, no new card, no deposit. For repeat visitors, this is the quieter, more efficient option. And while we're here, let's settle the Suica versus Pasmo question once and for all. Suica was launched by JR East in 2001. Pasmo came along in 2007 from the private rail operators. They've been fully compatible with each other since day one. Both work on every line and at every shop that accepts IC cards. The practical difference for a tourist? Zero. The Tourist Pasmo is the officially designated card for foreign visitors, which is why it's at airports. But if you walk into a station shop and see a Suica machine, don't hesitate. Same card, different logo. Now we get into the part that no travel guide covers well enough. Tokyo's train etiquette. 3 things you really need to know. First, women-only cars. On most major commuter lines, one carriage is designated women only during morning rush, typically 7:30 to 9:30 a.m., and some evening periods. Pink signs on the platform and train doors mark them. Second, the weak air conditioning car. One carriage per train runs a few degrees warmer for passengers who find Japanese summer aircon uncomfortably cold. Look for the sign. In July and August, this matters more than you'd expect. Third, queue lines. They're painted on the platform floor. Stand in them. Let people off first, then board. Rush hour in Tokyo is unlike anything most people have experienced. Trains run at well over capacity, so if you can avoid traveling between 7:30 and 9:30 on a weekday morning, do that. If you can't, here are the 4 rules. Stand in the queue on the platform. Let everyone off the train before you get on. This is a strong social expectation, not optional. Do not bring large luggage during peak hours if you can help it. The first or last carriage is slightly less packed if you have no choice. And keep your phone on silent. No phone calls on the train. Tokyo's train culture is quiet, orderly, and deeply considerate. It takes about 1 ride to understand why. Now the 3 mistakes that catch even experienced visitors. Number 1, multiple NFC cards in your wallet. If you tap your wallet at the gate and it has your IC card, your hotel key card, and your bank card all together, the reader may not know which to charge, and the gate locks. Always take the IC card out and tap it separately. Number 2, the wrong exit. At big stations like Shinjuku, there are over 200 exits. Leave through the wrong one and re-enter. That's a new fare. Check your exit number before you walk out. Number 3, the JR Pass gap. The Japan Rail Pass covers JR East lines only. Tokyo Metro and Toei Subway require a separate IC card. Many first-timers only find this out when they're standing at a locked gate. 3 things to do before you tap in for the first time. Get the card at the airport. Don't skip the kiosk on your way through arrivals. It saves you backtracking later. Load a starting balance of 2 to 3,000 yen. You can top up at any ticket machine when you run low. And download a route app before you arrive. Google Maps works well in Tokyo, and Jorudan is particularly good for fare estimates and platform numbers. With those 3 things sorted, the rest of it takes care of itself. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you something. What's your biggest worry about navigating Tokyo? Is it getting on the wrong train and not knowing how to get back? Is it the idea of being stuck without cash with an empty IC card? Or is it the rush hour? That image you've seen of packed carriages and no room to breathe. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and it genuinely shapes what I cover next. That's everything. You've got the Tourist Pasmo explained, you know about the Seisanki safety net, you know the etiquette rules, and you know the 3 mistakes to avoid. 1 IC card, loaded at the airport, and Tokyo's entire transport network is open to you. If you want the full written version, all the tips, the fare details, the checklist, the link to the article is in the description. And if you found this useful, subscribe. There's a lot more coming on how to actually experience Tokyo in 2026, not just survive it. One quick note before we wrap up. All the illustrations you've seen in this video are AI generated. They're meant to capture the feeling and energy of Tokyo's transport world, not be exact representations of real places. So if you visit Shinjuku or hop on the Yuri Kamome, the real thing will look different, and honestly, better. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.